Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be answering a question that's kind of been posed to me a few times before, and I want to give a direct answer to it. So first off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the question that's been posed to me is basically I'm kind of paraphrasing because it's been many different ways that people ask me this, but I'm gonna kind of like just say it in the way that I know they're asking me, right? So will there be slavery in the kingdom and why? Basically, right? And this is the reason why people pose that question. It's because of the fact that they think they look at it like this, right? And just hypothetically speaking, so let's say they'll say something like this. Well, the white man had y'all in slavery for like 30 years. Why can't they just be in slavery for 30 years? Why gotta be forever? Because they that like the kingdom is gonna like remain forever. When that new heaven and new earth is established, it's going to remain forever, right? So they think that it's unfair that the white man has to be in slavery or be in servitude to us forever, when on this earth we were only slaves for like they'll say maybe 500 years or maybe 400 years. But to be honest, it's been longer than that, way longer than that. Throughout history, we've been in slavery like since even in BC. So you can't sit here and just say that, oh, like why can the white man only had y'all in slavery for like 400 years? Like, no, the 400 years that y'all know, but even in BC and AD or whatever, like, dog, we've been in slavery for thousands of years, even enslaved to this day, and been treated unrightfully to this day. Ever since wickedness came on this earth, we've been treated unrightfully. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's still based off of us, like off of the Israelites not keeping the commandments of God. So of course that was a part of our punishment. But at the same time, though, Yahweh used the not just the Edomites, not just the white people, but the Ammonites, which are the Asians, the Moabites, Chinese, the Arabs, which are the Ishmaelites. He used all these other nations, Africans as well. He used all these non-Israelites to initiate the punishment and slavery on us. So let's go ahead and get into answering the question. All right. So let me go ahead and go to a few scriptures because I want to explain. I want to explain a few things. I want to explain how there's going to be slavery before the new heaven and new earth even happens, because that goes into Revelation 13 and 10 when it says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." Right. So Revelation 20 and 1, it reads. Well, also before I even get to this, some people say that, oh, well, didn't the black people have slaves? Prove it. Prove it. And even if we did have slaves, they may say that, well, the Irish man, he went into slavery. Like, no, that was indentured slavery. Indentured slavery, let me just show y'all something real quick. Just real quick. Because people love, anytime people bring up uh indentured slavery for the Irish man, they don't even know that that's not even like, forceful slavery. That's voluntary slavery. You volunteered to do that, right? Look, indentured servitude refers to a contract. So, did the black man, or during the African slave trade, did we sign a contract to anybody to become a slave? I don't think so, but that's just me. But it says indentured servitude refers to a contract between two individuals in which one person worked not for money, but to repay an indenture or loan within a set time period. However, indentured servants could be sold, loaned, or inherited at least during the duration of their contract terms. So the difference between indentured servitude or indentured slaves and chattel slaves, because we went through chattel slavery. Let me show you the difference between indentured and chattel. Let me show you something real quick. Look, chattel slavery means, look, that one person has total ownership of another. Total ownership. That's the slavery that we went through. where we were stripped of everything and we became property. That's how it was for us. That's the slavery that we went through. We went through chattel slavery where we became property to the white man. And not just the white man, but the Chinese man, Asian man, Arab man. We went in captivity to all these other non-Israelites, to all of them. So that's how we were treated. We didn't get a chance to sign any contract to give anybody permission to have us as slaves. We didn't have to worry about paying back a loan or whatever. That's not how it was for us. We went through hardcore, being whipped on the back, treated like animals, treated like dirt, basically. And y'all sit here and have Stockholm syndrome. Y'all want to love y'all oppressors so bad. The people who abuse y'all and your ancestors for years, millennials, you want them to have a piece of the kingdom, or you want them to have, you want them to share the kingdom with you. No. You want them to be equal to you in the kingdom. No. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all. The way that God works, he wanted it to always be where someone was like, he had dominion over everything. That's why Adam had dominion over everything. And I'm also break down Adam and Eve a little bit more too, because even though I did make a breakdown of Adam and Eve, but I'm gonna break it down a little bit more because there's so much about Adam and Eve that you can go into. It don't make no sense. But Adam, he was chosen out of these people, the people that was already there. He was chosen out of them to have dominion over all of them, right? So that's how God wanted it to be from the beginning of time. From the point he made humans, he wanted to have a specific people rule over everybody else. There wasn't any slavery, technically, at that time. It was just everybody was just under him. It was a hierarchy, a certain hierarchy, and the same thing's gonna be. It's gonna be the same way in the new heaven and new earth. There's gonna be a hierarchy to where you have Yahweh, the Most High God, Yahweh Shah. Then you have his people, Yasharallah, Israel, and then you have everybody else. Everybody else is gonna be subject to the Israelites. But at the same time, everybody's still going to be subject to Yahweh. But it's going to be a hierarchy. And that's how he wanted to be. And in this new heaven and new earth, it's going to be peaceful. You ain't going to have to worry about people putting chemtrails in the sky. And you ain't got to worry about vaccines. You ain't got to worry about, people poisoning your food. You ain't got to worry about all this stuff. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff at all. Because of the fact that the way Yahweh wants it to be, he wants his people to rule. Because he knows that the people that he's going to have to rule, they're not going to try to initiate any wickedness on this earth. Because he made them to be righteous. Because that's when the new covenant is going to happen, where we're going to keep his laws perfectly. And there's going to be righteousness throughout the whole earth. Because we're on top. So for y'all to sit here and say, and try to even make that question about whether or not, the white man's going to be with us in the kingdom in terms of actually being beside us and being equal to us, it's not going to happen. Because he has, these non-Israelites have wickedness in their heart. That's how they were made, to try to spread wickedness throughout the whole earth. But I'm against that though. But I'm just kind of explaining the slavery that we went through, to kind of give y'all an idea of what happened to us. Because y'all don't even have any type of y'all don't feel the pain that we went through. Y'all sit here and just y'all love the oppressor. Y'all love the slave master more than the slaves. And I don't get it. How do y'all feel more bad for the slave masters of what's to come, but you don't feel bad about what happened to the slaves? What? The slavery that's going to happen, it ain't even happened just yet, and you already feel bad. But the slavery that happened to our people, to your own people, you don't feel bad about it? That don't make any sense. Showing you how you not meant for the kingdom anyway. You probably not even part of the elect. That's a damn shame. But let's go again into it though. So Revelation 20:1. This is the slavery that's going to happen before the new heaven and new earth even like even it's even established, right? So it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand, right? And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So these non-Israelites are gonna all go into captivity for 1,000 years. Because that, like I said, that's what Revelation 13:10 says. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right? And then it says, he cast them into the bottomless pit and shut him up instead of seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. So he's gonna like I said, the so-called white man, woman and child are gonna go into captivity for 1,000 years, right? For 1,000 years. Then after that, they're gonna be released. Because it says right here, after that, he must be loose for a little season, right? So they're gonna go into captivity and slavery for 1,000 years. Then you go down to verse 7 and it tells you what's gonna happen after those 1,000 years are up, right? So it says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, talking about Russia and everything, to gather them together to battle. So they're going to battle who? The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So I'm going to just show y'all how the sand of the sea is talking about Israel, how they're going to come out of their captivity after 1,000 years, and they're going to still have hate towards us, because if they get out of that captivity and they still hate us, that just shows you how they don't even care about us. They just shows you how they don't care about us. Because even after them being punished, they still have a hate towards us. You know what I'm saying? But let me show y'all how Israel is a stand of the sea, right? So where is it at? Right here. So it says, Esaias also Romans 9:27. Esaias also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved, right? So that kind of talks about how, even though we are the election, and there is many of us, because we do produce a lot of people. We produce a lot of people. Like, that's a fact. I like, there's somebody that I see, like, he has a kid almost every every blue moon, and it's like, man, you keep bringing in kids and more kids and more kids, but only a small amount of the only like there's gonna be, I said this in one of my videos, but there's gonna be, even though Israel as a whole is the elect, there's gonna be an elect within the elect. That makes sense. So the remnant that's gonna be saved are the actual elect, right? Like the true elect who's actually following God's word and really keeping his commandments, and that's gonna be, like, brought through all the pain and suffering. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else is cast away, and they're still serving other gods. They're still doing these wicked ass things like tarot cards and serving in woke culture, third eye, and Muslims or Islam, and all this other stuff. That's what they're doing, right? But the remnant that will be saved are going to be the ones going to really rule above everybody, right? That's why in Revelation 2:27 it says that he that endureth unto the end, or keep my works to the end, I will give him, like, he will rule the nations like with a rod of iron, right? That's in Revelation. I'm gonna get that in a minute. Let me go get that real quick. I'm gonna get that. Revelation 2. Put it in red letters so y'all can know this Yahushua speaking. So he says, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So the ones who will have power over the nations is going to be a small few of them, but this goes into the new heaven and new earth, right? How we're going to have power over everybody if we keep our works, if we keep his laws, keep his commandments, right? Simple as that. So let me go back to Revelation, right? So like I said, after this 1,000 years, they're gonna, like, try to go into a war. They're gonna try to battle us, right? But even after they battle us, they're gonna lose, obviously, because we got Yahweh on our side. They can try to gather all the like, ruling powers. They can get Russia, China. They can get all the powers they want. When you fight against Yahweh, you're not gonna win at all. You're not gonna win. So after this war happens, they're going to lose, they're going to be destroyed. And there's going to be, there's still going to be some who remain, though. I think there's a verse that talks about how, like, the ones who remain. Let me see if there's a verse. I think there's a verse that talks about, like, those that remain. Let me see. That's lucky. I want to see which verse, because it's the verse. It's lucky, y'all. I don't know which verse. The nation is bring a neck, okay. But remains still, oh man. Death, I hear and fear shall henceforth come. Don't worry, such evil among you. Okay, if you drive out the inhabitants land for you, just convert those man. I don't know which verse it is, but I think there's a verse. I'm gonna try to go to my notes and look at it and everything. But just for the sake of this lesson, I'm gonna just skip over that. But basically, there's gonna be a few people that do remain even after the destruction, and they're gonna just be living in pain and turmoil and be living in hell, so-called hell, and just going through hellish conditions, while Yahweh is gonna have us be in our original land, and we're gonna be restoring the kingdom, right? We're gonna be restoring the kingdom, and that goes into Isaiah 60. Let me show you that real quick. And Isaiah 60 is talking about this. This is in kingdom connotation, talking about the new heaven and new earth, right? So the heading of it says a glorified Zion, right? So it says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." Let me show you how we are the glory. The Israelites are the glory of Yahweh, right? Because Romans 9:4 says, "Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory." And the glory. So we have the glory. Why? Because Yahweh gave it to us. Because we are his people, right? We're the ones who made it through all that judgment, who endured to the end, right? So we're going to be a light. He's going to make us be a light, and we're going to be a glory to everybody, right? So it says in verse 2, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the gross darkness the people." Who are the people? It's talking about the non-Israelites. Everybody else that's that probably remained from the slavery and from the from the war and everything. They're going to be going through darkness, living in a very bad condition, right? Then it says, "But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." So the non-Israelites are going to see us, and they're going to be like, "Damn, shoot, those are the Israelites that everybody talked about." You know what I'm saying? Those people who was on the street corners talking about Israelites, like, that's who they are. They're right there, and they're living lavish, living like Larry. They're going through all that joy and everything, while we're over here in pain and trying to figure out how can we get back, how can we recuperate after this war and everything. But it says in verse 3, it says, "And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising." So they're going to try to come to us, because another thing too, when it says new heaven and new earth, it basically means new rulership, because there are three heavens. So you got the heaven which is on earth, right? Then you got the heavens which is in the clouds and the skies, right? That's below, that's the firmament in the skies, right? So that's the second heaven. Then you got the third heaven, which no one can see, which is beyond that. That's like the spiritual realm, right? So heaven is going to be on earth. Heaven and hell, the heaven and hell that we know of, is going to be on earth, right? There's still a heaven there's still two other heavens that exist, but the heaven that we're going to have, that's talked about in the Bible for us, is going to be on earth, right? So it says, "The Gentiles shall come to us," and they're going to try to come to us to inherit this kingdom, to inherit this heaven, right? But they're only going to receive a crumb. They're not going to really be side by side with us ruling. It's not going to be like that. Yahweh is still going to have a balance to where it's a hierarchy, and where we're going to be on top and everybody else is going to be below us, right? So let's skip down a little bit. skip down a little bit to verse 10, showing you what the non-Israelites are going to be doing in this new heaven and new earth, right? And this kind of answers the question: will there be slavery or servitude or servants in heaven, right? So it says in verse 10, and I'm gonna just read it, and I want y'all to decipher in your mind what it sounds like, right? So it says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls." The sons of strangers. Who are the strangers? Non-Israelites. Who are the sons? The sons of non-Israelites. Meaning that non-Israelites are going to be building up our walls. So the king shall minister unto thee, for in my wrath I spoke thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. So, what does that sound like? That sounds like some hardcore work. Are we going to have people building up walls for us? That sounds like some hardcore work. So it says, verse 11, "Therefore thy gate shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, the non-Israelites, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee," the nation and the kingdom that will not, so meaning the non-Israelites who will not serve the Israelites, they shall what? Perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. This sounds like a very hardcore servitude to me. It sounds like slavery to me. How they're gonna be building up our walls, and if they don't do it, if they don't conform to Yahweh in His hierarchy, they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be still going through hell, right? Then skip down to verse 14. It says, "The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee." They'll be bending down to us, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. That's like a form of worship. They're going to look at us as the kings and queens of the earth. They're bowing down to us. They're building up our walls. All this stuff sounds like it sounds like slavery to me. It sounds like they're serving us hard. It's like hardcore servitude. That's what it sounds like to me. They're still going to receive some crumbs, you know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be our servants. Because we're going to still treat them right. We're going to treat them right a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We're going to give them crumbs, just like this, but it got to happen though. This it's prophecy of what's to come in the new heaven and new earth, right? So for those who want to sit there and ask the question, like, will there be slavery in heaven, and why I got to be forever? Like, dog. So you telling me that you want, even though they're wicked, and they spread wickedness throughout the whole earth, even the holidays that like Christmas, Valentine's Day, which is coming up and everything. These holidays may seem very innocent and everything, but like, dog, that's a part of the wickedness that goes against the Yahweh and His word. Even celebrating these holidays are very wicked. Even if it may not really seem wicked in the eyes of the world, but it's wicked. It's wicked. So if you're saying that you want these people to be side by side with us, and you want these people to share the kingdom with us, you're saying that you want the devil to share the kingdom with us. You want wickedness to still be flourishing throughout the world and throughout the heaven. But Yahweh, he's not gonna have that happen. He's not gonna have these wicked ass people be beside us, still trying to celebrate holiday. They're gonna try to be in our ears every day. Man, what happened? What about Christmas? You can't celebrate that anymore. We can't celebrate Christmas. We can't celebrate Thanksgiving. We can't do none of this stuff. Hell no. You're not gonna do that. In the kingdom, He's gonna have us be on top forever, because it's gonna be righteous. It's gonna be righteous. No pain for our people. That should be a good thing. And let me show you something real quick. Matter of fact, I'll say that for another video. Never mind. But just to say it, like, our people got fed. They let our babies way back then. They had our babies, our Israelite babies. They used them for alligator bait. They fed them to alligators. And y'all don't understand. Like, y'all don't want to even educate yourselves on what really happened to our people. Y'all see it, y'all probably hear about it, y'all see images. Y'all don't really understand how painful the slavery that they went through. Y'all don't understand that. because y'all still have so much love for the enemy and for the slave master that you don't even want to feel for the slave. Don't make no damn sense. But that's really all I got for y'all though. That's all I got for y'all. Hopefully y'all learn from this video. Hopefully y'all got edified in some way, shape, or form, and y'all, just see, because like I said, I'm reading scripture, showing y'all how it says it's going to be slavery in the kingdom, how it's going to be they're going to be serving us in the kingdom, right? So for those who want to know if there's going to be servitude or slavery in heaven, this is your answer. It may not seem fair to you, but in God's eyes, it's right. In God's eyes, it's right that He has our people be on top forever, because He knows that we're not gonna. He's gonna program us, one, to keep His laws, statutes, and commandments. Now I'm gonna make a new video. I'm gonna make a video talking about the new covenant, because some people think that we're in the new covenant. But I'm gonna cut that, because we're not. Because if we were, then nobody would be sinning. One, but we're gonna keep the laws perfectly. Right? We're gonna keep the laws perfectly, and basically spread righteousness throughout the whole world. We're not going to be trying to rape people. We're not going to be trying to poison people and everything, and deceive people, put chemtrails in the sky. We're not going to try to poison the air. We're not doing none of that stuff at all. It's going to be righteousness throughout the whole land. Everything is going to look very alive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to look very alive. It's not going to be a dull world. Everything's going to be very, very good. You know what I'm saying? Because Yahweh, He's going to have us, just He has the right people that's on top. He's going to have the right people rule. As of right now, according to Job 9:24, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. According to Job 9:24, the white man, so-called white man, woman, and child, it says right here, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And not just the white man, woman, and child, but also the anybody who's non-Israelite. The Arab. Now the earth is the white man. He's like, of course he's the ruling power over everything right now, because if you just see how everything is in the world, everything is ruled by him. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is just like, they're a branch. They branch off of him, right? Everybody else, every other wicked ass nation, they branch off of him. So, but in our reality though, like, it's the white man who's the number one overall enemy, right? So as of right now, they're going through heaven, and the fact that I don't understand that anytime, why every time, like, we just look, like I said, anytime I talk about this stuff, it's always, what about the white man? What about the white man? What about the white man? And it's sad. It's very sad. How y'all just have so much love. Y'all got Stockholm syndrome. Y'all love the oppressor. It don't make no sense. The person who abused your people and your ancestors for a long time, not for just for 400 years, but for a long time, for millennials. You want to love them so much, and you want to like, just have them just be with you in the kingdom on an equal level. No, they don't really love you. I've already made a video talking about love and everything, so not gonna get into all that again. But y'all should already know my stance on what love is, and who you should really trust in terms of who you should really love too. They don't really love you. If they did, they'll tell you the truth about who you are. If they love you, they wouldn't even strip you. They wouldn't even have stripped you of your identity and lied to you throughout history. If they really love you. So quit trying to like have so much just love for the people who don't even care about your identity, care about who you truly are. Don't even care about you even coming into the truth at all. They don't love you. But I love y'all though. As I say at the end of almost all my videos, I love y'all. Because every time I make a video, I want to edify y'all. I want to inform y'all of something that y'all may have questions on, that you may not know, may not understand. If I don't have the knowledge of it, then I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna ask Yahweh to reveal it to me so I can give it to y'all. Like that's how it's supposed to be, where we edify our people. But I love y'all. Hopefully in this video you got edified through the Spirit and understand how it's going to be in the new heaven and new earth. And we're going to be on top if we keep His commandments, if we keep His works to the end. Right? Because we got to still do our works. We got to still put in the work to receive a blessing, right? But I love y'all. Peace. Shalom.